What is going on, everyone? Nathan coming back at you for the third episode of this Nuzlocke here, which I was expecting to do this Nuzlocke series for a little while. I was not in my wildest dreams expecting to go for 3 episodes straight with our first attempt. I was thinking if we get like 4 or 5 wins, I'm ecstatic. And you know what? Maybe I was speaking too early. Maybe we're gonna get wipes, turn 1 here and instantly go out terrible. I don't know. Who's to say? Who's to predict it? I had somebody in my comments say, oh, I'd love to see you have the goal for this challenge be to have one of every OU Pokemon or make top 500. Like, whoever said that, I appreciate the confidence you have in me. Not in your wildest dreams will that be happening. Not in your wildest dreams will we be going to top 500 with this. Again, I'm fighting for my life here. I'm fighting for my life. The fact that we've had a couple 6-0s is excellent news. Speaking of which, we had another one to end off the last session there. Which again, I recorded 2 in a row thinking like, that's great. We'll start the series off right away. I can start with a new Nuzlocke run when I can record again on the Tuesday I'm recording this. Yeah, I mean, I did not expect to get this far, but enough's enough. We got a new addition here. 33 is going to be a Victini. Gosh, we're going really offensive now. We're on the other side of the spectrum. Okay. Victini. Oh, and this box is empty. So we got 7 Mons again, which is nice. Wow, did not expect that one with the muscle band Cartana with the wrong EVs earlier. Interesting. Certainly interesting. You know, it strikes me that the Feeny and Toxapex are a little bit redundant in their roles so far. I had a couple of interesting comments talking about how, well, a little bit rude, but also interesting comments about how Spadef Hippo is really taking over the metagame nowadays. It's not something I predicted happening. So we definitely have some shifts to make. I'll be honest, I'm venting right now because I have no idea. Venting's not the right word. I'm stalling. I'm monologuing. Incredibles reference there. Because I have no idea what to do. I want to get this Victini in, especially as our team leans more and more offensive. I'd love to do that. If this was Nat Dex, I could do like a setup set with stored power and V Celebrate, but or Z Celebrate, V Celebrate. That's a kind of funny split of the tongue there. But anyways, so we got a setup here. We got a Rock Setter. We got a solid defensive core between these two. Tapu Fini's been carrying us. Cartana still can. What if we were to add Defog to Feeny and then get rid of Tapu Koko? Tapu Koko is a fine pivot, but I think on the more offensive this team becomes, I think I'd rather have a Victini. If it dies, it dies. I mean, but it was pretty fine, and it does swap in, and it does give us another special attacker, which our team kind of lacks. I say let's keep it going. If Tapu Koko goes, so be it. But for the time being, I think we're going to let it rock with this for now, unless I'm missing an obvious inclusion here. And I'm probably going to change the EVs around on these Mons here, so I'll be right back in a second. Okay, so here we are getting our first game here. I did actually elect to put the Victini in just because knowing the trouble we were having against Mons like Corviknight and Mons like even Landers was really scary to us. I'd rather have a Glaciate Victini who does have actually pretty good survivability when you go for heavy duty boots. Sort of defensive pivot set like this. Still can break a lot of walls with V-Create. Looking at this matchup, I'm really glad we have it, in fact. Let's get going here. Looks like an extremely fat core. Really not a pure offensive mon on here besides Sock. Yes, Scizor, you might be like, of course it's offensive, but it's really grown in the current metagame to act as a counter to Kyurem. I'm not certain if it is going to be a Spadef Kyurem answer like we've seen more and more commonly nowadays. I love Scizor in the current meta because of that, but remains to be seen. Victini as a lead gives us a ton of great matchups, with the exception of this Quagsire. Boom, great matchup, pretty good matchup, great matchup, solid matchup. So I love all that. However, Ninetales gets us a positive matchup versus Quagsire and Tangrowth and Slowking. Not Scizor and Rotom Heat notably, but Sock we also get a positive matchup. So it's a difficult question because Victini's got a better matchup versus these two, which is awesome news. But they're probably the most likely leads because especially at, I don't want to say low ladder, but until you get to high ladder, a common habit that players will make is a lead with a bulky pivot, like a bulky Volt Switch Rotom Heat or a bulky U-turn Scizor, and just try to, not make a prediction of the lead matchup and just kind of take it from there, take a small L on turn 1 here. So knowing that, that does make me lean more towards Victini here, who has a an abundance of good matchups beyond these two. Or Hippowdon. Hippowdon's got some really strong matchups too. And if we do happen to see one of these two, actually, Quagsire really does have some scary matchups for us. I'm going to go Victini though. Just going by gut that we'll see one of these two. And I do get that correct, but it's really, I said I'd prefer Victini to Scizor if we get this matchup, and I stand by that. But actually, Rotom Heat's a very good wall for us. Let's just hard swap to hip out on right now. We don't really have much to fear here. Should they hit me with a Will-O-Wisp, first of all, be a crazy read in their pursuit against Victini. I'm more worried about something else. They're going to swap out defensively to their Sock here. Did not expect that. We are now Spadeft. I did end up changing that around. So it's a more mixed wall here. Let's go for Stealth Rock for now. I don't think we have too much to fear. It's still hip out at the end of the day. That's going to be the case right here. Do we see a swap into Tangrowth or to Quagsire right now? I'm not positive. Let's do a swap to Toxapex regardless. Let's go to their Scizor against my expectations there. Toxapex looking really fantastic right now. Scizor can't do much to stop us. Of course, a Scald would be excellent, but I'm hoping they don't stay in. They do. We'll go for the Scald at this point now. No learning they're the Defogger here, not the Rotom. I guess not shocking, but still a little bit surprising. They're going to stay the course here. If we can get a Scald Burn, they're going to be regretting that play. We do not. We'll see a U-turn this turn, so we're just going to remove the Toxic Spikes. No harm, no foul. They're actually going to have a net loss there. Almost certainly going to be rocking Roost there, so they don't lose too much, but still not a bad beat for us. Let's go to go to Kartana, get our offense going. We can go to Ninetales, get some screens up. Victini, I don't love right now. They're definitely future sighting right now. I could tap Fini and start taunting to prevent a teleport down the road. I could Calm Minds. We can buff everything well. Fini's looking like a really wonderful win con for us, actually. Let's do Ninetales. I think they're going to future sight right here anyways. If they teleport, so be it. They Surf. Wow, really surprising to me. So that's 66%. If we get up at Aurora Veil, we should still be safe. Let's go for it, as they're going to hard swap anyways. Fine by me. We'll go to Victini here as a defog. Let's do that. And do they have a strong swap in for V-Create? Yeah, they got Quagsire. I'll drop one right now, though. Let's see. Let's kind of feel our opponent out. It's still early on in the game. They definitely have more defensive quality than us. The pressure on these games is on us to break. We can't be complacent here. So I'm still getting some feelers out from my opponent right now. I'm down to go for this, knowing I can go for a U-turn after the fact. And let's go to Scald is pretty scary, so let's go to Tapu Fini right now. Should be a really positive matchup for us. No Tox to worry about. Scald not going to do anything at all. And you could be the Rocker, so Taunt would be great if that's the case. But you could also swap out to someone. Difficult to say. I'll Calm Mind once as we see Scizor come out. That's not too bad for us, especially if you're as defensive as I kind of suspect you to be. Let's go for Scald right here. If they Swords into something, we'll be getting out of here pretty quickly. Yeah, they U-turn me or resist for that, so we're in great shape. Probably Rotom there, I'm guessing. If they go to Rotom, they probably Volt Switch into something. We see Tangrowth here instead, which is interesting. We don't have to worry about Sleep. Knockoff would kind of suck. Giga Drain not going to be doing too much to us at all, or Grass not going to be doing too much to us either. It does get physical Grass moves, of course, but those are very rarely run. So I don't want to eat a knockoff, but I don't hate it. So let's just go for another Calm Mind here on a Giga Drain possibly. Yeah, they do go for the knockoff here. We'll see what's set there. If they're Spadeft or physical defensive, they should almost certainly be physical defensive in this tier. So that means they're going to be taking, a solid amount from this Draining Kiss here. No point in going for a Scald quite yet to resist. All that good stuff. We're going to want to keep this Tapu Fini healthy now that its leftovers are gone. He probably will be playing a decently important defensive role over the course of this game. Assuming we don't just sweep 6-0 right now, like it's been so want to do so far. And we're going to see Giga Drain do a decent amount there. Let's Taunt. Don't love how much we're taking despite having 2 Spadef boosts up. If they Giga Drain again, calling us out, that would be excellent. They could Scald Burn us now. I'm going to go for the Draining Kiss. They're unaware. I'm willing to risk 1 Scald Burn. I don't know, maybe I'm being stupid. I could really regret this with the leftovers being gone. I just want to get this guy back up to full. I could really regret this. Yeah, you know what? Dumb play. Dumb play. We should still outpace them all told, but unfortunate. Let's Draining Kiss right here on the Scizor. Scizor can get burnt now, of course. We'll Scald here. I thought they would try to force that matchup and go for the taunt, but we're still not guaranteed to be in a terrible spot with this. Tapu Fini is going to be really hard from the break. They don't really have much of a core to beat this as it stands right now. So I'm Scalding right now. We get the kill on this Scizor, which is honestly our win condition, because now we can get up all of our other hazards and stuff and just being a great position. 360 defense, no stab for them to beat this Fini. I think even if they reveal something crazy, we should be fine. Yeah, we're going to get back up to full. Are we looking at another 6-0 from Fini? Fini the GOAT. Fini the GOAT? Hold on. Is Fini carrying us? Is it a Clamfish mon or is it a goat Pokemon? I think we know it's a goat Pokemon. So they're just gonna dip right out. That's another free mod for us. This run is Truly unexpected so far. So we're going to get 29, which is going to be Tornadus Therian, who we already got. Rest in peace, Tornadus. You died to a freaking Tapu Bulu Banded. 31 is a T-Tar. Okay. I don't know if I have a role for you, T-Tar. Let's be honest. I could go even more offensive. Take out the Hippowdon. Go for a stealth rocking T-Tar who puts on a little bit more pressure, but doesn't have a recovery in the long term. I might be mistaken about this, but I really don't anticipate a good role for Tyranitar as it stands right now. You know, I love the idea of a Dragon Dance Tyranitar could put in a lot of work, or even a weakness policy. Dragon Dance Tyranitar, because Tyranitar hits a ridiculous speed tier. I think it's close to outspeeding like a Cinderace. Not that it's in the tier anymore. After one Dragon Dance, so there's a lot of good stuff to that. But we'll keep it in the box for now. I mean, again, this team is just kind of cooking right now. So let's get a game 2. Hope we avoid a sweep as it stands right now. And we get a crazy team. Slurpuff, Belly Drum. Speaking of being afraid of getting swept, whatever. That's a pretty good reason right there. Let's leave with our Ninetales Alola right now because I see so many strong matchups off the rip. I'll go for the Aurora Veil immediately as they Toxic me. That's not too bad for me. We'll Encore here as they lock into that, and then we'll go to our Toxapex so we can drop some Toxic Spikes. I don't even know if I see a Defogger as it stands right now. We're going to do their Alcremie here. Certainly with the Aurora Veil, I'm okay with going for this right now as they're going to go for that right there. Again, this is a little bit more scary for sure here. Let's go to Victini with the V-Create. Should be fine as long as we get the Aurora Veil for defenses and our Fire type to defend us against any Fairy moves right here. Gonna OHKO them straight away. That's excellent, excellent news. I was getting a little bit spooked there. That should invite in, hopefully not Slurpuff, again with the Aurora Veil and all that stuff. I think we're in a pretty good position. Primarina is gonna come in. Could outspeed us. I think I'm safe to U-turn, but I'm not gonna do so. I'm not that crazy. I'm gonna Toxapex right now. With the Aurora Veil up, we should still be really safe. That's exactly the case. Let's go for another Toxic Spikes as Comfy comes in. Really going to limit the recovery in the long term. I'm going to go to my, I think Artana here. I think they're mainly running Giga Drain and stuff like that. And yep, that's a great position. And another 6-0. Jeez. What's going on? What is going on? This is unprecedented. Now there's a Mon I am thrilled to see. Garchomp, I mean, this Victini's defensive role as a bulky fire type has already been really pleasant the last 2 games, so I'm reluctant to get rid of it. We can throw a Garchomp in on the Hippowdon. Really, I mean, Hippowdon's a great defensive presence, of course, but it's not sweeping nearly as much as a Hippowdon would be. What I'm gonna think in the back of my head here is, again, we've been doing great. It's easy to think like this is just par for the course. Nathan's gonna have this be a laddering series forever. He's never gonna lose a Nuzlocke. No, it's only a matter of time until I get swept by a bad matchup or something goes wrong, or I get, you know, full paired a couple of times. It's genuinely only a matter of time. Just so we're all on the same page. And so my thinking though, the reason why I mention this again is because should that happen, should all 6 of these Mons get wiped, I need Mons that I have a chance to 6-0 with here. So like, that's why I mentioned that Tyranitar with the Dragon Dance weakness policy and stuff, right? And we're gonna throw Garchomp in here. I think because these are Pokemon, I can just go to, if I'm trying to just get a quick 6-0 with these extra Mons, these are Pokemon that I could possibly see doing it just like on a 3 versus 6 team comp. So I could have on this sort of backup secondary team, screens on Coco, U-turn, they swap out to Garchomp. Garchomp goes for a Scale Shot, Swords Dance 6-0. It works or it doesn't, right? I'd rather have Garchomp in that role than Victini. Victini is really just a one or done Mon. It's great for sweeping in that decks, but in OU, I'm dropping a V-Create and then I got to get out of there, right? So as amazing as Garchomp was, I was literally saying at the end of the last live, a Garchomp would be a great addition for us right now, and I do think it would slot in very nicely to our team. I'm going to prepare for disaster and keep it because I think it's a Mon that could carry us if we have to fight with 3 Mons. Might regret this, but let's keep it going. I'm really enjoying the momentum we've got so far. Victini putting in some work though. Okay, crazy, interesting team here. Very offensive looking. What is with my avatar? I didn't really give this much thought. What best encapsulates the Nuzlocke energy we're going for, really? I don't know. This is really not the point of the live, but always iconic. Is there the breeder Pokemon? Because they go through a lot of Mons. They've always got 6. That's a decent one. I feel like a clown. Why not? Okay, we'll do that. Really great matchups for Feeny here. You give me a lot of pause, but should something happen to Dragalg, well, first of all, it'll help our Toxic Spikes out a lot. You give me so much freaking pause. Kartana looks excellent. I'm worried about Mach Punch from you though, but otherwise Kartana like kill, 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 kill. Depends on how much boost we get. A little bit scary, honestly. Kill. If we get up to a +2 on Swords Dance, that's excellent for us. Oh my gosh, I'm so afraid of Crawdon. Let's lead Ninetales because it's got good matchups across the board and we can go for Auroraville here. This is not a great one. We should still be able to survive with one Auroraville up. Diancie doesn't have a ton of offense and it'll set up an easy swap into Powdon after the fact. I think they're going for rocks anyways. Dragalga and Crawdon I think are the clinchers, but honestly these are, look at this, these are 5, more like 4, but 4 really scary offensive Pokemon. I don't see a lot of OU usage nowadays. I don't know if any of these mons are an OU right now. We'll have to check on Slowking. Again, it's been a minute for me. Yeah, no OU mons here. Very cool. Excuse me, my opponent, but that doesn't mean we should be sleeping on them at all. After one Swords Dance, Crawdon kills you, easily kills you, Aqua Jets you. Won't Aqua Jet kill you. Your defense is pretty good, and certainly won't Tapu Fini, but point is my defensive core is not really built to withstand a Crawdon long term. Our team's pretty offensive on our own, right? So it's a huge threat. They're going for Stealth Rocks right here. I am going to Encore that so they can't go for something, and we can get a free... We Encore as they click Trick Room. Oh, it's a Trick Room team. Makes so much sense. Oh, this makes so much sense. Okay. That's really scary. I am going to... What are you going to click? What does Diancie Trick Room do? Oh, no. This decides everything. I got a screen up, luckily. Oh, it does. Misty... Oh, no. Okay, so don't go to Tapu Fini, even though it's unlikely. How much time do I got on the clock? 120 seconds. Do they get Teleport? They don't get Teleport. What else would a Pivot Mom like that possibly running to trying to get out of there? Definitely not U-Turn. Definitely not Volt Switch. Okay, so I think they're booming. Let's go to a Regenerator, Fizdef, Toxapex. As we see Conkeldurr come in. Conkeldurr actually not going to get their Orb up, which is a little bit scary. I think they're probably not Guts if that's the case. And I'm going to go for a Scald Burn here. Got a Trick Room up or Max Fizdef. Not a Trick Room. Got a Auroraville up or Max Fizdef. If anyone is to be equipped to take a I think it's probably going to be a Life Orb, Sheer Force, Thunder Punch at this stage, honestly. But we do see Slowking come in, surprising me there. Let's go for Toxic Spikes if that's the case. Try to force on that Dragal because it's not a mon who scares me as much as that's exactly the case. If I go for another Toxic Spike here, they don't have an easy swap in, and they're probably not killing my Toxic Spikes right now. That's exactly the case. Screw you, adaptability will recover here. That means if they swap to anybody out from here, we're in a good spot. Probably going to Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr could still be Guts. It could be like Cuts Assault Vest, which isn't a terrible set, as awful as that sounds. But you never know. But somebody should be getting poisoned right now, which is a relief. I wouldn't be surprised should we see Diancie trying to renew the Trick Room. They don't care about it being poisoned in the long term. And then they can go to Dragalga again from there. Actually, go to their Porygon Z here, surprising me. Surprising me. I'm so scared, guys. Probably Trick Rooming here. I think I'm going to Scald. Oh dear. That's not what I wanted to see. Very good bit of technology right there. What are you clicking? Try Attack is most likely. It's adaptability. Probably Try Attack. Kartana might be able to live, and then we could be looking at a bit of a sweep. It's a risky play, but we got the Steel Resist. As long as they don't click like Flamethrower, as long as we don't get status. No status. Okay, that's good. That's good. We'll go for Sacred Sword. Probably still going to see Mach Punch on Conkeldurr, so this thing won't be able to sweep 6-0. I'm surprised it did that much, but it is an adaptability Porygon. I shouldn't be stunned by any means. They'll go to Dragalg here. There's no way Smart Strike does it, especially with our lowered EVs here. Good news is Kartana will still be able to swap in from this. I think they can even go for a Flip Turn if they're feeling pretty saucy. It's not a good spot right now. It's really, really not a good spot. Draco Meteor works. They probably have some sort of fire coverage, which works with Draco Meteor here. Let's run a quick calc. I'm almost positive that there's nothing to go of this, but hey, I'll edit around this so you guys don't have to see this unnecessary calc here. So Flip Turn wouldn't kill, so they're feeling really spicy with a Flip Turn. And I Swords Dance or Leaf Blade or whatever, we're in an awesome spot. I mean, this Kartana can still put in work. It is a Nuzlocke. That kind of crazy risk doesn't really seem warranted right now. We'll live a Draco Meteor with this thing. They do go for that. We no longer have Rocky Helmet, which really sucks. Probably going to be Crawdon here. Porygon Z again. Okay, we can live this. That's good. I'm going to stall out Porygon here. Oh, we're slow because they Trick Room. Makes sense. They'll be faster this turn, which means we're recovering. Well, we're recovering in front of them here. No switching. I guess I'll do this. As they go to Conkle, they're surprising me there. Tapu Fini. So bad. As they click Power Up Punch. Okay, interesting. Do they have a good Draining Kiss swap in? They do with their Dragalg for sure. I'll Draining Kiss here. As they stay in with their Conkle, they're really surprising. Maybe they are Assault Vest. I couldn't tell you what that calc means. They got a Thunder Punch. Now is a good time to reveal it for them. I'm super tempted to swap out to someone. Oh man, I don't know. Power Up Punch. If they've got Thunder Punch still, they could still be Life Orb something, you know? I think they're probably Mach Punch. It could be Life Orb Sheer Force. Actually, no. If they were Life Orb Sheer Force, it'd be procking right now. It could still be Thunder Punch, but if they're not Sheer Force Life Orb, because again, we would have seen that by now, then I feel pretty confident to go for a Draining Kiss here. Yeah, okay. They kind of had me second guessing myself there. Let's Calm Mind. We had Stealth Rocks to be really great for limiting this stupid Dragalg, but alas, we'll go to Hippowdon here. Speaking of getting these dumb Stealth Rocks up, should be fine right now. We're special, so I don't think we're taking too much from a Draco Meteor, but we're a little bit low now. Bit scary. That's going to be one of these two water types for sure. Porygon 2 now dead, which is awesome news for us. We're kind of lasting right now, but I worry. I worry, gang. Let's go to Fini here. Or Ninetale, sorry. We get away with a lot more with Aurora Veil, is all I'll say. They'll teleport here. They go for the free pivot with that sack. Fair enough. They're probably afraid of a freeze dry. Don't think we'll see Crawdon right here. Could possibly be Diancie. Could possibly be Dragalg, which again, I'm so much happy about Dragalg now that it's getting limited this way. That's awesome news for us. Adaptability plus Sludge Wave. I don't really want to test here, so we'll go to Hippowdon. Hopefully, be able to get off a Slack Off. Defensive Core still, even though we're not playing full stall anymore. Oh crap, that's kind of scary. We still take it. I gotta go for Slack Off now. So double Water move. Did not expect that. Instead of any sort of Toxic Spikes or something like that. Pretty crazy stuff. Okay. Gotta be Fini, especially with Aurora Veil. No question there. I think we're okay. The biggest concern is still Dragalg, but we're definitely limiting them here. Dragalg in the sand with Stealth Rocks, taking a ton from a neutral move and Draining Kiss still should get us close up to full here. We still have leftovers, which is great news. We can't get burnt from a Scald right now, so I'll Calm Mind. Try to go for the win right now, actually. They'll do that. Lots of turns of Aurora Veil still. We'll get another one up as they teleport. Inviting in... I think we're good. I think we're good with Aurora Veil. There's nothing that Dragalg can do to us. We'll probably get most of it back if they do go for a Sledge Wave here. I think we might get away with the hair on our Chinny Chin Chin with another 6-0 here, but I'm not going to call it yet. Anything can happen. Anything's possible. One errant crit on Tapu Fini will send us to the Shadow Realm. We are in Trick Room for 4 more turns. They're gonna quit. That's great news. That is great news. The 6-0s continue. Let's see what we get next. 34, Volcarona. Fascinating. 26 minutes already? Are you kidding me? I did edit around what we were doing a little bit here, but I think we're gonna call it there. So I've spoiled what we got for the next Showdown live. I can't believe we're gonna go into our 4th live with this same Nuzlocke. See, my idea was there's so many great Nuzlocke, geez. Brilliant, Nathan. There's so many great variants I've heard for this idea already. I've had people suggest treating it like Pokemon Coliseum, where I get to take the first Pokemon I take up from my opponent, or I get to roll a dice and I get to steal one of my opponent's Pokemon. Or we've talked about, I love this idea, where I change the pool of available Pokemon from OU, but instead I change it to you guys decide. So you guys leave comments, and that's the available list of Pokemon that I can choose from. And that way it's fun too, because it's like a regular Nuzlocke or a Ludlock or whatever, where I can name the Pokemon after you. So if somebody, you know, says, my favorite Pokemon is Bisharp Nathan. So we throw in a Bisharp and I'll name it like Nathan. There we go. You know, stuff like that. I love that idea too. So I've got all these awesome ideas for the variant of this sort of Nuzlocke concept that we've been running with lately. But I'm just too good. I don't know what to say. I'm too good. I keep 6-0ing my darn opponents here. So I'll record another one right after this. I got something to do right now, but we'll record another live. It'll be out the day after this is releasing. So stay tuned to that. If you've got a Nuzlocke idea, again, we're talking about these sort of variant ideas on the run. There's so much possibility with this, and I'm so excited about it. Let me know what you want to see below. We'll try to make it work. I'll try to incorporate it in some respect. But thanks, guys, so much for watching regardless. I'll go and catch you next time. Take care.